It's interwoven with psychological, social, and economic threats that impact women's lives extensively. The global prevalence varies, but it can affect up to 10%, as you have heard, of women of reproductive age, making it indeed one of the most common endocrine disorders among women globally. Presentation and prevalence can vary significantly, but this in itself poses unique challenges in diagnosing and managing the condition. In Pakistan, I understand, we see higher prevalence rates compared to the Western countries, with significant impacts on women's health and well-being. These variants are the source of necessity for region-specific research and tailored public health strategies. Understanding these nuances is crucial for developing effective interventions that are culturally sensitive and scientifically sound. Allow me to touch on the impact, both economic and social, of PCOS. We need to agree at the outset that the impact of PCOS goes beyond the individual. My background is public health, and that's an area where I feel quite comfortable and confident to talk about. Economically, PCOS contributes to higher direct and indirect health costs. Direct health costs include diagnostic services, pharmaceuticals, and ongoing medical care, while the indirect costs arise from lost work productivity and decreased quality of life. In lower income regions, such as parts within Pakistan, these costs are particularly burdensome, with many women lacking access to adequate healthcare resources and support systems. On the other level, socially, PCOS is really associated with significant stigma, leading to psychological distress and social isolation. This stigma is particularly pronounced in cultures where fertility and physical appearance are highly emphasized, thus impacting the quality of life and mental health of countless women. Enhancing public health awareness and education about PCOS is crucial in mitigating these impacts. Community-based initiatives can play a pivotal role in this regard, offering targeted education and support services that empower women to seek appropriate care and manage their condition effectively. Furthermore, addressing PCOS at the community level can help reduce the stigma and isolation many women experience, thus fostering a more supportive and understanding environment. Let's move on and talk about our current awareness levels. Despite its prevalence, there remains a significant gap in awareness and understanding of PCOS among the general public and even among health professionals. Many women with PCOS visit several health professionals before receiving a diagnosis. This lack of awareness delays effective management and can exacerbate health complications associated with PCOS. Thus, educational programs tailored to different audiences, patients, healthcare providers, and the general public are indeed essential. And I congratulate the summit for this beginning. For patients, understanding their condition and how to manage it can significantly improve their quality of life. For healthcare providers, especially those in primary care settings, enhanced training on PCOS can lead to better patient outcomes, to early diagnosis, and personalized treatment plans. For example, digital campaigns using social media, and these have proven quite effective in reaching a wide audience, and I understand this is being particularly applied already in Pakistan. Well done. I'd like to move to a couple of strategic recommendations to improve outcomes. The first really is the essential element of integrating PCOS education into public health campaigns that already address related issues such as diabetes and obesity. Health education programs should also focus on training healthcare providers to recognize the symptoms of PCOS and provide appropriate referrals and management strategies. As we transition from discussing the broad public health impacts of PCOS and the fundamental roles of awareness and education, it's essential to explore how the engagement of professional community can significantly elevate our outcomes. This part of our discussion is rooted deeply in the notion of choice and the profound implications it has in the realm of healthcare leadership and community engagement. Professional engagement is essential for driving change in PCOS management. From grassroots healthcare worker to the specialized endocrinologist, each level of professional involvement can significantly impact the efficiency and effectiveness of healthcare delivery. Engagement isn't merely about participation, it's about enthusiasm, commitment, and creative involvement. Professionals who are fully engaged are more likely to contribute to research, adopt innovative practices, and deliver compassionate care. A holistic approach that considers professionals as whole individuals with a mind, body, heart, and spirit ensures that they are not only equipped, but also motivated and supported in their roles. Allow me to define the professional engagement through a wide spectrum. At one extreme, a basic level of awareness, where professionals are just aware of PCOS, but often fail to apply this knowledge in clinical practice. At the very end, the leadership and innovation, with professionals leading research efforts, developing new treatment protocols, and spearheading public health initiatives to address PCOS. But really at the heart, in the middle of that spectrum, are groups of professionals who need to have this informed practice in diagnosis and managing PCOS using the current guidelines and resources, and a group of professionals that engage in efforts to improve PCOS awareness and education through peers and the community through proactive advocacy. It's really a spectrum, and we need to be looking at how we can engage all those people within that spectrum. Improving engagement requires a multifaceted approach. Allow me to just share with you 3 points. One relating to continuing education, ongoing training and development opportunities for health professionals to stay updated with the latest research and treatment strategies. I'll encourage you to consider incentivization, where programs that recognize and reward innovation and excellence in PCOS management. And above all, the most important element relates to collaboration, encouraging interdisciplinary cooperation amongst the endocrinologists, gynecologists, dietitians, mental health professionals, amongst others, to provide comprehensive care to PCOS patients. Talking about levels of engagement, I'll share with you a framework on the left that relates to an understanding of our professional engagement not being just a duty, but a choice. Again, a spectrum ranging from passive involvement to dynamic participation. If we look at the bottom of the scale, rebel or quit. Minimal engagement, where individuals feel disconnected from the organization or the health system's goal. Moving up to a malicious obedience, engagement being just superficial, tasks are completed but without genuine commitment. To a stage where perhaps willing compliance, a basic level of satisfactory engagement without proactive enthusiasm. I hope we will really work on north of this spectrum, where we can start seeing a cheerful cooperation, again, a choice of higher engagement with a positive attitude, but still limited initiative. Moving up, a heartfelt commitment with a strong dedication to the organizational goals, actively seeking to contribute. But I encourage you that we should really think of the highest level of engagement with a creative excitement where individuals are not only committed, but also innovatively contributing to the success. And I'd like to share with you the model of a whole person paradigm, where we think of our mind, our body, our heart, and the spirit. And to illustrate that perhaps shift in paradigm, I'd like to just start with this principle, where I'm sure we have used it in many circumstances, be it educational or even our clinical setup. The way we see things, the way we practice, behave, and the way we get results. The do and get is one level by which our practice and our results are uniquely related to each other. But we should not forget the main essence of how we see things in the first place, the mindset, the paradigm. And I'd like to encourage you at this stage, yes, if we do not like what we get as results, we can improve our practice, our behaviors, tweak it slightly, change the behavior, will change the results. But if we really want quantum leap in terms of a change, greater results, let us consider how we can change our paradigm. How can we change our mindset? And to that effect, let me just now take you through this professional engagement and what I suggested in the title, the change of humanity, igniting our humanity. Hopefully, this see-do-get principle is quite foundational in appreciating that our perceptions directly influence our actions and consequently the outcomes we achieve. If we perceive our roles quite narrowly as just mere jobless functions, our actions are going to reflect this limited scope, leading to uninspired outcomes. Hopefully, however, if we expand our vision, seeing our roles as pivotal to transformative healthcare, we can genuinely ignite substantial changes in our approach and the results we achieve. Let me start with the mind, perhaps a mindset that sees things, as long as people have a clear job description, they will be fine. This mind confines individuals to predisposed roles. And let's imagine if we have a shift towards, if a clear and compelling vision exists, people will volunteer their best efforts. What I've shown that these two real paradigms and hopefully igniting our humanity at the level of the mind by changing the mindset, there is a skill set, quite simply clarifying the purpose. What is the job to be done? How does it link to our strategic goals? And perhaps charitable or otherwise, what is the money-making model that really creates these? This is a skill set that really accompanies the shift in our paradigm. When we move to the other level of our humanity, the body. In many systems, the prevailing thought might be everything is so dependent on specific factors or individuals, suggesting a system overly reliant on certain elements. Let's contrast this with a mindset where enduring success is in the systems. Several systems can be applied. I here show in a skill set one particular discipline, a system where the discipline of execution is really manifested to a certain level. So, to start with, focusing on the widely important goal. Moving on to acting on lead measures rather than lag measures. A simple example, if I want to lose weight, yes, if I just look at and act on weight lost, that is just a lag measure. A lead measure is simple things: exercise and food. How much I intake, how much I expand on calories. The third discipline in that, keeping compelling scoreboard, where you can see if it's not written, it's not done. I'm sure we say that dictum to our students and trainees, but that is equally right in our disciplines of execution. If you do not write it, it has not happened. And perhaps the last element within that system of execution, the discipline, where we create a cadence of accountability. Once that goal is achieved, we move on and we look into other subjects, another goal. I'll move on to the third element of our whole person paradigm, and that's where it really looks at our heart. We need to constantly motivate and manage our people to get results. Allow me to stop at this word, managing people. We manage things, but we lead people. We inspire people. If we have that mindset, we're going to be really stifled. How about moving to a mindset where we think about our job as leaders is to release the talent and the passion of our team towards our highest priorities? I'm sure you'll agree with me that this change emphasizes unleashing talents, where leadership focuses on enabling individuals to find their unique voice. And in that perspective, it's an intersection between the need, the passion, the talent, and the conscience that each and every one of us as humans have within us. Allow me to move to the last element within the whole person paradigm, and that is our spirit. Let's shift from a mindset that is dominated by I get things done because I am the boss, to perhaps a more effective one, a more genuine paradigm, mindset, which says I get things done through personal influence and credibility. I'm sure you can see the formal and the informal authority. The moral authority definitely holds higher. This underscores the need for building trust. This transformation relies on leaders who can inspire trust through a blend of character and competence. And it is at this intersection that trust equates to high speed and low cost in achieving goals. As we conclude, let's reflect on the powerful role that education and professional engagement play in empowering our communities to manage and mitigate the impacts of PCOS. Each of us here has the potential to ignite change and foster a world where women suffering from PCOS receive timely, effective, and compassionate care. Let this summit be the beginning of an enhanced collaborative effort to address PCOS, not just as a medical condition, but as a public health priority that requires our collective attention, empathy, and action. Let's move forward with a renewed commitment to not only manage PCOS, but also to empower the communities we serve. Together, we can change the landscape of PCOS treatment and improve the lives of millions of women worldwide. In closing, remember that leadership is not about titles, it's not about status, it's not about the rank, it's not about the office, it's not the title that we hold, but indeed, leadership is about choice. It's a choice to make a difference, the choice to lead change, and the choice to ignite humanity. I leave you today not just as attendees of this summit, but hopefully as champions of change, equipped to transform our perceptions, our actions, and ultimately our outcomes. I'd like to thank you for your attention, for your dedication, for your passion. Let's take this knowledge and into action that ignites humanity and empowers communities around the globe. في أمان الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.